Hey folks, Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids out of here on my local lake on an absolutely gorgeous late October's fall day. Check out those colors, amazing, right? Well, this is the first time I've seen these colors on my local lake because since my last video, which was up at the Savage River Reservoir where I just annihilated all kinds of multiple species on some awesome techniques for some early fall, mid-fall bass fishing, I have not been able to get out fishing but one time, and it was a forced deal. I fished my regional for the BFL Piedmont division, did okay, 28th place out of about 167 boats, but it was a pain, literal pain. Guys, I am suffering right now. The good news is I've got one arm to fish with. The bad news is I'm short one arm. I've got a major case of lateral epicondylitis. Say that 3 times fast, the tennis elbow. If any of you all know what that is, guys, it is dilapidating. I had it once before a few years ago, and it was brutal. I was out for about a year, so this is going to be a tough situation. I cannot even hold a spinning rod. I've got some arsenal on the boat here. It's all bait casters, and I've got at least a shining star here on the boat that's going to keep me entertained and keep me smiling. I've been struggling this past months not being able to get out fishing more than that one time at the tournament. But the mystery tackle box came in the mail and made me smile because this is always a treat to get in the mail. If you can't fish, at least you can play with some fishing stuff, right? So I'm gonna do an unboxing. I'm gonna fish virtually just left-handed. I can cast, I gotta keep it tight. If I extend my arm out and do any kind of squeezing, it's pretty rough. So it's gonna be pretty much all bait casters today. And thankfully, the mystery tackle box is loaded with a lot of pole baits and a lot of swim baits specifically. So let's get this little card out, talk about what's inside. We'll do this kind of quick because I got about 4 hours to fish. We've got ourselves a Yum Money Minnow, just a classic, beautiful little swim bait. And I've got all kinds of ways to rig it up, whether it be an underspin, a weedless situation, since we got some dying off weeds and such on here, so this should be good. Z-Man, we got ourselves a Sling Blade 1/2 ounce white spinnerbait, a Luke Clausen deal. So that's going to be an awesome deal. We got a little bit of a breeze out here, cloud covered big time, 63-degree water temperatures. It's pretty warm for October. This is one of the warmest Octobers on record from what I understand. So it's been an unusual one, classic mid-Atlantic. All right, we got a dart spin. We got a hyper-elastic, a soft rough, I guess is what that is. Check this thing out, guys. A little swim bait with a little tail spin on it. So that's something completely different. Let's see what they specifically call that. That is, I think what it is right off the box, but there's my card. Yep, Hyperelastics dart spin. Pretty cool little deal. So let's see what happens with that. Now this is a really cool one. Check out all these swim baits, guys. This is too much. We got ourselves a 1,000 Fish Shimmer Swimmer. I got ahead of myself. There's one more in there. Look at this. Pretty cool looking bait. Real bright. It's cloudy, so a little chartreuse will definitely stand out from the crowd. So we got that little guy to rig up who knows how. I got all kinds of options there. And then we have ourselves a cotton cordell, a big O. It's not a, look at Cornell, which one are we talking about? Cotton cordell. I got myself a tiny little squarebill crankbait, square bills all day long in the fall. Great little natural color, great idea. And here's gonna be a tough one, guys. This breaks my heart. It's a sweet spot. It's a sweet spot tackle little drop shot bait, but sadly, I can't play with a spinning rod. I can't even set a hook. I can't barely even squeeze the rod if I even try to put it in my hand. So if I even think to do any kind of drop shot, it's gonna have to be on a bait caster of some sort, maybe something with some light line, something that's gonna make it easy on me to fish. So that's the deal, guys. I'm hurting right now, but these mystery tackle boxes come in the mail. They keep me smiling. And on top of that, check this out, a bonus. I got something else from Mystery Tackle Box, Ketchco Company exclusive. Check that out, guys. That's the bubonic bug squarebill, a Chris Grout exclusive. So I got myself a little craw pattern, which would be killer for my lake because there's tons of craw, and a chartreuse black craw. So I may actually throw a couple of those deals just to add to the mix. So I'm not gonna be out here long. I'm probably gonna fish exclusively Mystery Tackle Box stuff. So let's get out here, let's play. Let's see if I don't put more damage to that poor little right elbow of mine, but fishing's in the depth of my heart. I gotta get out here and try. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm on my way to beat some banks. With these water temps, they should be up shallow. There's the cotton cordell. Got myself a little itty bitty finesse square bill crankbait tied on to a great rod and reel setup. Guys, this is a medium power, moderate action crankbait rod by St. Croix. This is one of their premier series. I got 8-pound Tesco polymer, guys. This itty bitty finesse little crankbait. And with this painful arm of mine, this is gonna be a real light action setup. I'm gonna be able to use that rod tip to really fling this little bait right up against the bank, which is where I want this squirrel bill to be. I want it to rip through some grass and bounce off some cover, hopefully get that reaction bite. So let's see what we can do with a square bill to start off. I'm in a spot right here off a point where this little breeze just picked up. So let's turn it around and let's start fishing. I'm gonna be keeping my my right arm real close to my body because I can't extend that elbow hardly at all, but thankfully all my action is going to be here with my left arm. So once I get that cast out there, I'm doing all right. Oh, I thought I had something snatch my little cotton cordell, guys. I got myself a little yellow perch. Square bill strikes first blood. It's a little thing, but I got myself a fish. It's no bass, but it's something. So I got myself a little tug to my line. I'm happy about that, but we're going for some green fish, not these pretty yellow, black, orange bellied critters. So let me get him back in the water. All right, I have not given up on that cotton cordell little big O square bill, but I broke out that Z-Man spinnerbait. Had to break that out because I'm now in some wind. I was in this little pocket over here around here towards the dam. It was a little more calm. Over here I've got some wind and I've got a little bit of grass left up here on the bank. So I'm gonna throw the spinnerbait for a little while, see what happens on this scene. My lake is known to have a lot of grass right up on the banks, and that's still the case. It's dying off, but it's still there. So that little square bill was tough to fish in this area. There's a few areas where that square bill shines and where I've got some hard cover and some hard bottom, but right up on these banks where this grass is, this spinnerbait's perfect. Great option in the fall with these water temps, and hopefully with some active bass, we'll hopefully connect here. This is by far the most awesome spinnerbait setup I've ever fished with, guys. This is another one of my custom speed stick lures. It's a Magnum bass rod one, just a 7-foot medium heavy fast action. It is absolutely incredible. 15-pound test Seaguar and Vizex fluorocarbon, a high speed reel, and a 1/2 ounce Z-Man spinnerbait. Not a bad combo. Just gotta get one of these bass to latch on. All right, guys, I've come around the point where that wind was rippling up the water. That spinnerbait didn't catch me a fish yet, but now I'm in some calm water. I'm on the backside of the wind and it is dead calm back here. It is slick. So the deal is I saw on my way to that point some suspended fish. So next out of the box is the Yum Money Minnow. Got that set up on a fish head spin, 1/4 ounce, little underspin, 12-pound test fluorocarbon. I've got myself a 7-foot medium action bait casting setup with a medium speed reel. I'm gonna count down to these fish that I see and see if I can get anything to latch on to a moving bait, suspended style. Look at that little money minnow looking money in the water with that underspin. It's an awesome little suspended bass catching machine. Let's just see if they're ready to bite. Oh my God, guys, that was a trip. That was a yellow perch. You saw me just launch it over to the bank. He hit right here, short strike me right at the boat. Guess what I'm throwing? That's a second yellow perch of the day. No bass yet, but check it out, guys. I got that Catchco exclusive, that little bug square bill. I got the crawl pattern with this cloudy sky and this water clarity. That's a perfect color. So the big O's not caught anything but a little yellow perch also, but I thought I'd just change colors and get a little bit bigger bait. Parallel to the bank here, guys. It's tough. Nothing up shallow at this point but those yellow perch, but I'm still working it. I got more baits to play with and the day's still young. All right, guys, check this setup out. That's the dart spin, the hyper elastic something or other out of the mystery tackle box. I got that set up on a belly weighted swim bait hook, and the thing's basically like a little fluke. It's like a little fluke with a tail spin on it. With that belly weighted swim bait hook, when I tossed it out here, the thing's barely sinking. It's just real subtle on the fall, so it's pretty buoyant, and a little subtle flick of the rod tip, it just gives a little darting action, and that little tail spin's giving it some flash. So I'm basically going right over this dying vegetation. I'm just dead sticking it over some of the holes, and with that weedless deal, it's a perfect little deal to throw over top. It's just they're not really chasing right now, so let's just see if I can make something happen with the thing. It's totally different. They've never seen it before, so let's see what happens. Check that thing out in the water. Just barely sinks, and it's got that little flash of the tail spin. Pretty cool. Well, guys, the way things are going, I may have to resort to playing with some soft plastics, maybe some shaky heads on a bait casting setup, since I've got no spinning tackle on this boat because of my hurting arm here. So let's go at it for a little bit longer. Let's see if we can find something on a moving bait, but we might have to resort to some finesse tactics, as finesse at least as I can get. All right, folks, I'll tell you what, it is brutal out here. Look what I got. I got myself a shaky head. So I had to put a shaky head on a little bait casting setup. 3/16 ounce, little zoom trick worm, killer mystery tackle box. They're just not biting. They are not chasing. I've seen the fish suspended on the bottom. There's nothing up shallow, guys. It's a couple yellow perches, all I've got to show for a couple hours. I've only got about an hour left. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit some, a little bit of cover over here. I got some standing timber. I'm gonna drag this little shaky head around, see if these fish that are obviously in a very lethargic mood, see if I can entice them with some soft plastic. So hang tight, let's just see if I can catch at least one fish today and get ready to go home and ice my sore arm. Oh my goodness, guys. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you right now, when it gets tough, you break out your shaky head, and that's what I did. I love mystery tackle box, but gosh darn it, if I didn't have this sore arm, I'd be throwing that drop shot bait all day long. First bass, I found this little drop off this little curved point next to some standing timber. I'm gonna have to do that because that's a nice one, but my arm is killing me. So I gotta switch hands, get this fish with my left arm, all kinds of brush and something or other down there that got me my first bass of the day. And that's a nice one, guys. It's a nice chunky fish. So look at the belly on him, way down on the bottom. You see he's just down there in the muck and the mud and some cover, so that shaky head did it up. All right, so here's the deal. I'm gonna sit here for a minute, see if I can catch a few more. Like I said, I got about an hour left, and that was the perfect pickup right there, that shaky head. Let's go at it. Well, another reason why I wasn't gonna be out here very long was because the rain's coming. It's starting to drizzle, guys. So I got my rain gear coming on, and I'm on my way back to the ramp, hoping and dreaming for at least one more bass. I'm glad I didn't get skunk today. It's been rough. I'm not done, but that's the way it goes in the fall sometimes, right? But I'm still fishing. Let me go at it and see if I can catch something before it pours on me. All right, we're gonna make that my last cast. I made it back to the boat ramp. The rain's coming down a little harder and the sun's dipped a little lower. So just a handful of hours out here in my local lake. It's been painful, literally painful with this hurt arm of mine, but I'll be all right. I'll get this right sooner than later. But one bass in the boat, not a bad deal. Kept a skunk out, a couple little yellow perch, and a mystery tackle box pro box unboxing. And when I do that, remember, there's always gonna be a link in the description below. Click the link, treat yourself to your own mystery tackle box or mystery tackle box pro box. Use my code YTFV, short for YouTube Fishing Vids. Get $10 off the first box of your new subscription. And as always, appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. And until we meet again, over and out.